We've got calm music. We've got reduced glare due to the headgear. Let's get into this. I'm ready to have a nice, calm discussion without losing my mind at this patch update highlights 4.70. Hi, I'm Matt Capper. Welcome back to the channel, and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. So, let's talk about update 4.70. It's a small update, I would say. Some far-reaching changes to the overall game. I need a coffee for this. I need my coffee. Sorry, I need my coffee. I just got dropped my blankie. Okay, that's okay. We're good now. By the way, Shark Ninja, for all your blending and vacuuming needs. It's not a sponsor. It's not a sponsor unless if one of you is a Shark executive or a ninja. If you're a ninja executive, that just sounds like do it. Anyway. Let me know. I will shill my soul. I will sell my soul to shill your product. I mean, I own a Dyson, but I'll still do it. Okay. 4.70 highlights. I'm late to the... I had work all week, so we're late to the game on this, but too bad. Hopefully you guys will like it anyway. Hey Raiders, we're ironing out the final creases before update 4.70 goes live, but we're ready to share some of the details with you. This time you can expect to see several cool quality of life, that's an interesting word you used, and a champion rebalance to address some of the most immediate PvP and PvE troubles. To address the most immediate PvP and PvE troubles, let's talk about that in a little bit. Read on and find out more. First of all, there's going to be a boss guide. It's going to give you it's going to give you more about the bosses, how to beat them, how their kits work. It's going to be a pop-up, full of description. It's also going to have teams of the week to help you with bosses. That's a good feature. Should be in the game. I like it. Rebalance time. Gila Gourmet. Base speed. Adds a chance to steal. Cooldown increased to 3 turns. Adds a continuous heal. Still a shitty champion. Better, especially with that continuous heal on all allies, right? It's a 3-turn cooldown. I don't know if that's a bookable. Maybe it's even a 2-turn cooldown. So I definitely makes her a lot more usable. Still single target HP burn, single target stealing a random buff. Then there's RNG on the second buff. She's a little bit faster, whatever. It's 293, I think, probably from 80 something to 98 when ascended. Yeah, whatever. I still think she's a vault champion. Nothing here says, "Oh, I gotta build her." Robar, 10 plus 10 to his speed. That's huge. And then adds all the crowd control. So he hits people harder if they're under crowd control. I want to know, does this stack? Because I can actually put a True Fear. I can actually put all of these if I get it in the right order. I can put a True Fear, Freeze, Provoke, Sleep, and Stun on the same champion. If the Robar then hits all these champions and they have all these, do they stack? Does he get multiple increases? If that is so, this could be fun. This could be real fun. It'd be interesting to try to get that team that can do all of that. I don't know, a 5-man team that can do all that. You got True Fear. You can bring in a True Fear champion and a stun champion in a Provoke set, and put your True Fear champion in a sleep set. And Tormund. There you go. I can get them all. I'll be interested. Robar has a great kit, I think. So this just makes it better, which makes him a little bit more usable in most content. We'll see how much this makes a difference in anything other than faction wars and maybe some PvE content if you need that defense down champion. There's a lot of epic defense down champions, so it's hard to justify bringing Robar in unless this is legitimately a legitimate improvement. So we'll see. I think it makes him good. King Grog, damage multiplier. That has to be pretty significant. I want him to be Canderfon level damage, or close to it, right? I mean, Canderfon gets that extra 40% under Veil, so probably not quite that damage, but it needs to be much better than it was. I think we need another good option for damage in the arena. We need a magic damage option. That's weird to say, hey? Pixneal. I like her changes. I'll be interested to see how well they work. 30% chance of the perfect veil on the ally with the lowest HP. It used to be on random allies, so that just makes sense. It's not an overwhelmingly good, but it fits in line better. Has a 50%. I think this used to be 30, so 30 to 50, so that's good. From 25 to 35 on the turn meter, and then just removes. It used to be a chance to remove on the start of it. So this person has a chance to steal freezes from your allies, puts them on her, and then she removes them on her turn. So I like it. I think it'll be more fun. Faction Wars 21 has freezes. Plenty of floors. I mean, they seem to add Tormund every third floor now because they know it just makes Doom Tower longer, which makes it's an asshole move. But at least here's a way to deal with it. Here's the curious thing is, can she remove all? So say you have a team of 5, all of them get frozen, but her passive, say she lands the RNG, so she hits on each. So does she remove each one of their freezes and places them on her? And if she removes all of them, which it should do, does she get that turn meter 25 for each one removed? So can she get 100% turn meter if she removes her whole team's freezes? Or does it only count the first time for the turn meter increase? Food for thought. I don't know how that works. We'll have to test it. But yeah, she's going to be fun. She'll be usable. Tomb Lord, I thought he was already good, so this just makes him better. I don't have him, so I assume the Doom Tower aura makes me feel like the next round of Doom Tower bosses are going to be poison-centric to kill them. Just because you've just buffed a major poisoner and made him a really, really good poisoner, and you gave him a Doom Tower aura. So, feels a little bit like how Drexthar is the HP guy with the Doom Tower accuracy. Accuracy aura. So, it seems interesting. I'm just speculating, but seems interesting. Because Tomb Lord didn't really need a buff otherwise. Unless there is a boss out there in the future that is really poison centric, and so you want to make sure people have the most opportunity to win against them. Okay, War Chief, great. You decrease his cooldown to 3. It's bookable to 2. It's great. It's a single target 3-turn provoke, as well as it steals all the enemy's buffs. So that's nice. It still doesn't make War Chief a meta champion because reflect damage is broken. It should reflect incoming, not taken damage. That's the change that needs to happen. He's a defensive-based champion. You should be able to make him a ton of defense. And if people try to hit him and it's incoming at 70 and it's mitigated to 30, it shouldn't be 60% of 30. It should be the 60% of 70, for example, as a scenario. As Reflect works now, he has to be an HP champion. So that's the other way you can do it. You can just make him an HP champion. So at least that Reflect damage would reflect the reality of this champion, and currently it doesn't. Basilisk, I like these. I'm a little curious on the one. So here's the deal. We'll ignore increased defense buffs as well, and he's getting a damage multiplier increase. And same with Majesty, he's getting a damage multiplier, and it's 75, but we'll do a 100% chance to place the stun. He decreases the turn meter by 50% if the stun is not placed. So that's my confusion. If this is booked to 100% and he gets resisted on a stun, will he not also get resisted on the turn meter? Therefore, it's a useless skill, except for the 3% base resistance, where likely he would get the turn meter even if the base resistance. But that whole thing for 3% of the time seems stupid. So I'm hoping, though I am not hopeful, that this should be the turn meter can't be resisted. So if they resist the stun, they get the turn meter. Should be an either or. He's a legendary champion, and that would be awesome. Not hold my breath, but that's how it should work. Crypt King Grawl, great. He can put a 100% chance if the attack down. It's still a single target attack down, so it's still, whoopee. Damage multiplier increased. I'm a little bit concerned about that, actually, because now you have another AoE HP burn champ for the spider. That increased attack, depending on how much it is, probably makes him non-viable for Spider 20, or at least makes the run way longer, because he's going to kill the spiderlings before they can run both turns of the HP burn and really whittle down the main spider. So that's a problem. It'll probably still be good for 24-25 now, But there's epics that are better than him at the HP burn world. Like I would build a Mordecai before him. It just makes more sense. I'd build a Tyrant before him because Tyrant's overall kit's better and he's really good in faction wars and stuff. But it at least is making Crypt King Grawl more viable for those of you that have him. War Mother, gosh, this could be really good. First off, I didn't realize that bombs had separate multipliers per champion. I thought all bombs hit the same based on attack. So if you had 6k attack on any bomb champion, the bomb would hit for X damage. And that ignored 100% defense. It was just that was the bomb multiplier. So her bombs are going to hit more than Shazar's now. That's interesting to me. I didn't realize that maybe this is the first one that will hit harder. I don't know. I'll have to revisit that. I made a bomb video a long time ago. I'll have to revisit it and see. I'm pretty sure all the bombs were hitting for the exact same damage. So that will be interesting to see if maybe they stealth buffed all bombs by making the extra multiplier. That'll be interesting. But the big thing with her is that her instantly detonates all bomb debuffs. Used to be on crit, now it's on increased attack, which is in line with the bomb champion. Bomb champions don't need crit. They shouldn't have crit. They should have increased attack because it increases the damage of the bomb. So I like this. Now, other question is, if she does indeed have a different multiplier than other champions, if I place 2-turn bomb with Shazar, because I don't have accurate, I build him without crit rate, he puts that bomb down, and then she detonates it, is the damage based on him or her? I think him. I wish it was her, especially if she has a different multiplier than him. So, we'll see. We'll have to do some testing, but overall, might make War Mother better. I don't think it's going to be meta changing, but might make it better. Growhawk. I don't know him well enough. I thought he was garbage before. I don't think this putting a week in and turn meter he gets more hits, sure, but I still think he hits underwhelmingly. So I still don't think this is a huge deal. Maybe I'm wrong. You can let me know. Then we have the nerf, and the nerf is ridiculous. I have to limit the amount of rant I do on this, but you took away a poison from his A1, you increased his cooldown, you took a poison away from the A3, is it, or whatever, and you took away a continuous heal. So you quad nerfed him. It was too much, and it was too soon. You need to slow down. All right? It doesn't affect me. I was building him out. I'll probably still build him out. I think he's still usable with champions, but he's no longer usable by himself, which is probably what it should have been for the first time. So shame on you for putting this champion in the first place. But now that he's in, you've crushed his soul to the depths of hell, and now a lot of people are going to give up on everything because of it. There's people going to quit the game. There's people going to go no spend because of this. There's a lot of angry people, and I don't see... He wasn't meta defining anywhere else, and I get that he was too strong, so okay, you balance him, but too much. But what really pisses me off about this whole section, not only did you nerf the only god tier champion, only one nerf, it's a god tier champion, and now he's just an average champion. Maybe a good champion, we'll have to wait and see, those of you that have him. But you didn't give anything in return. Where's the epic buffs? I just did a video on Tolf. He's trash. Where's the Tolf buff? Where's the Tashada buff? Where's the Woad Painted buff? Where's that? We can keep going on and on and on. There are so many epics that are completely or mostly useless. You could have, if you wanted to do this and you added 6 epic champions and buffed them at the same time, people would feel a little bit better about this, but all you did was lay down the hammer. And then on top of that, none of your legendary changes changed meta. We still have the same defense meta in Arena. We still have the same offense in Arena. Maybe bombs. I still doubt it. I still doubt people are going to have success out of bomb teams with War Mother changes. You didn't do anything. And you set up here. Address some of the most immediate PvP and PvE troubles. What did you address? The only thing that changed anything in this was a nerf that reduced the ability to complete high-level dungeons. That's all you did. Nothing here changes anything. You added an HP burn champion, but he's a legendary. People are going to use epics already. So there's a small percentage of people that don't have any other HP burn champion except Crypt King Girl. Congratulations for that percentage of you. The rest of you, too bad, right? Tila's not going to be good in PvE, PvP. Robar already was. It's just going to be easier to build, so that's not really a thing. King Garog, multiplier increase. Okay, maybe if he's so good, you might bring him into PvP, but he's not meta changing. He's just another champion that can do damage. I can bring in Canderfon. I can bring in, Ethos, Trunda, all the rest of them, right? King Garog, same thing, right? Maybe he hits harder now. Maybe he's useful, but he's another champion doing the same thing. No meta change. Pixniel can be a single meta counter. One of the smallest, really. Tormund is not a meta champion in high level arena. He is a champion in high level 3v3 arena. Especially is where Tormund's really excel, because then you've got your first team, which is essentially the defense you use in single arena. Then you've got this Tormund team to freeze. Then you've got this other, so you probably put your offense team on defense there. So yeah, I mean, that'll be helpful in faction wars. But High Elves is one of the easiest factions to defeat already. So putting her, she's a High Elf, so that's not going to be meta changing or immediate issues. It doesn't change Bommel. It doesn't change Faye. It doesn't change Scarab. Frostbiter, I guess, when we get back to around him, she'll be very good in that, right? Very good in that. So one champion that changes one boss that we haven't seen in 2 rotations anyway. Ooh, whoopee. So we'll see her in the next rotation, I guess. So, well, yeah, as long as this comes out before the rotation change. Tomb Lord doesn't change anything. There's no changes. There's no meta changes. That's what frustrates me. No epics, no meta changes on top of the Eurogrim debuff. That pisses me off. I'm done. 5-minute rant. New champion. Oh, yeah, miscellaneous. Here's the quality of life number 2. Artifact and accessory storage receive additional 300 slot. Okay, that's the other thing. So first off, they said most immediate PvP and PvE troubles. They didn't really address any of them. Maybe one. And they said several cool quality of life improvements, boss guides, and the increase. That's not several. That's 2. You don't get to go, oh, but we also put weekly teams, so that's 2 under the boss, and we did both storages, so that's 2 under this. That's 4. No. Do better. That's only 2. New champion. Sigmund the High Shield. I like him. He removes shield debuffs. He also, on his A1, he attacks. He has a provoke. There's been a lot. Hey, watch the videos on this guy. We did the podcast. I talked about him. I think he'll be very fun. I think he'll be another champion you can slot into arena, I feel, and areas of Doom Tower and stuff. I'm curious, but I think he's going to be good. That Doom Tower aura is a beast. So I think the fusion looks a little bit difficult just because you have to fuse the champions, or you have to fragment up the champions. Then you have to level them to 50 5-star. Then you have to ascend them to 5-star all purple, the 5-level ascension. Then you can fuse this guy. So I hope they give us enough time on that back end, because some of those are going to come right down to the wire. Some of them are tied to summon events, which is a little bit sus, but overall, I think Sig will be worth it. But the epics, let's talk about the epics for those of you who do not want to go through the time, care, or trouble. Dur, the Hungerer. Dur. Dur. Hey, look, it's Dur. I don't know, that just seems like they're running out of name options here. Attacks one enemy, places stun debuff, whoopie-doo. Places 30% whoopie-doo. Continuous heal on all allies, that's okay. Heals all allies by 15%. It's okay skill. I'm not a big fan of reflect damage. I don't know why they keep adding it without fixing it. They need to fix reflect damage. Like I said with War Chief, that should be all reflect. Reflect damage should reflect incoming damage, not actual damage taken. Make the fix, Plarium. Do better. Revives 2 random allies 50%. So I guess this is good if you're having problem in Demon Spawn, because I don't think there's any other epic revivers. So this is your Broadmaw champion for Demon Spawn, is how I look at it. The reflect damage is whatever, and the stun is situationally. I mean, it's nice to have, but it's not a big deal. And he's a 30% faction crypt. So that's clearly a Faction Wars version of Broadmaw for Demon Spawn. Thalesia. He's now, first of all, she looks cool. I like those freaky kind of looking champions. Like, I really like Little Miss Annie. I like the pin cushion one, and I definitely like Celestia. I think she looks cool here. I've seen a full render. I like her. But what about her kit? Well, I like her kit too. First of all, Knights Rev now has an epic champion with an AoE decreased defense, and it's 100% out the gate. Cooldown's the only difference. So she'll be usable without books. I mean, it'll be a 4-turn cooldown, but you can, considering if you didn't have a legendary champion, I think the only other option was either single target, like Miscreated Monster has a decreased defense on his A1, or there was the decreased defense on a Crypt Witch, which had 2 random. I can't, unless they added one that I'm missing. Either way, like, just getting 100% out the gate, top tier. And then she extends duration of all debuffs, and that's a 3-turn cooldown. So she's usable in Clan Boss, 2-to-1 teams. She can extend speed buff, she can extend shield. So this is really, really good. It's like another Godseeker and Neri as far as that specific ability goes. Oh, sorry. This is the wrong champion. I'm already getting ahead of myself. This is the increases debuff duration on a 3-turn cooldown. So yeah, I mean, this is just a poor man. It's kind of like Arrhenius. It's good though. It's a good ability. You can increase duration of debuffs. You get those to 3-turn. Maybe you bring multiple of these in. Pretty good. She's not the Godseeker. There's the champion down here is. Anyway, applies debuff spread with Hex, and then has the Hex if they're on decreased defense. They're really trying to make Hex work. I think overall she's going to be an amazing champion, and here's why. We need this decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown available to Knights Rev. It's now available. I really like it. I mean, increased debuffs on all enemies is nice. The spread on and Hex stuff, we'll see how well that works, but it's potentially another Hex champion, so that's just added bonus. But she's a champion that has this. Now, she's an attack-based champion. I really wish we had more This is the one complaint I have. Stagnite and Tyrell are the only champions that you can really make really defensively stalwart and still do their job effectively. Attack champions die too quickly, and there's too many of the debuffers that are also attack champions. Give me more decreased defense on support / HP / defense champions. But I really like her. Attacks one enemy, 5% poison. So the same ability as a common champion, Deathhound. Okay. Attacks all enemies has a 75% chance of placing a leech. Better. Clan Boss. Supplementary Clan Boss. So you've got some heals here, and you've got the poison debuff. Attacks one enemy has a 75% chance of placing a weaken. Place a 50% increased attack on this champion if the weaken debuff is placed. So, problem here. You're doing the damage, then you're placing the weaken. If you place a weaken, you're getting the increased attack. It's only 2 turns, so effectively it's only 1 turn. How do you not get this? How do you continue to make these mistakes? In the last, I think it was the last or 2 ago, rebalance, you took a bunch of those champions and added a turn to them, realizing that they were losing a turn of what you were giving them. This is ridiculous. If it was on all champions, awesome, but it's on this champion, and it's going to be done after the damage. Unless you do it before the damage, unless you go, places the weaken. If the weaken's placed, increases the attack, then attacks the enemy. If that's the order of events, it's good, but I doubt it is. And then increases damage under poison debuffs. Is this on purpose? Because I feel like this is the perfect partner for Eurogrim, which is a little bit sus. That feels like a jab. Like we just nerfed you to the ground. Then we're gonna stick it in you with a new champion. They'll be really good with you. I mean, it's an average champion. I guess there's some usability here. I'd like to see his A1 attack twice, and I'd like to see either the increased attack all, or this whole thing happening in first and then the attack enemy. But he'll be useful. I think the damage, how much damage that increase is, would be kind of neat. Like, how much damage does he do? What are his multipliers? Because potentially he could hit really hard, and then you could do really good with, like, stacking multipliers, like putting him with Bad Owl, that sort of thing. So be it if they stack, right? Demetha. Tomato, tomato. This is the one that I thought was a lot like Godseeker because it increases duration of ally buffs by 1 turn, then decreases the duration of all ally debuffs by 1 turn, and it is a 3-turn cooldown. So that's really good for clan boss scenarios. You want to increase the speed, you want to increase the shield, but that, hear me out, because I think that A2 is overpowered. Well, not overpowered. I better not say that because then she'll get nerfed. So you're in the clan boss. You've got Valkyrie. So she's got shields, counterattack. You bring in Lydia. So she's got strength and speed. And then you bring in who's got an attack up. So that's 5 buffs. Someone with an attack up. AoE. So that's 5 buffs. She comes along. And she extends those 5 buffs, great. And then she heals by 2.5% for each turn added or removed from the duration of buffs and debuffs by this skill. So the enemy boss has put poisons on you on top of that. So you're getting 6 per champion. That's 30, right? 6 times 5? Is that 30? Is my math still top tier? So does that mean she's going to heal for 75%? Is that how that works? Like, I'm curious. I want to know, is that how that works? Because if it does, then that's pretty amazing. Think of her in the Nether Spider, right? You got 4 poisons on you. They can't be removed, but you add your buffs. So you put like the block debuff, like I bring in Runekeeper or whatever the champions are. She can heal your whole team to full on a 3-turn cooldown. Ooh, that's pretty good. That might be the only champion that fits the descriptor at the top. It's 25 minutes. I'm not gonna get this below 30 minutes or around less than where it is. So too bad. We're recording. This one's going to a live. So the patch. Here's my problem. Champion rebalanced to address some of the most immediate PvP PvE. Didn't, except that last champion. Really excited about her. I want to see how that HP works. The legendary champion's really good, although I wouldn't say he's game changing. So if you just want to keep a couple of those epics, like the Night Rev epic and the Void Affinity epic, those are really good epics in my opinion. Their kits seem to read very, very strong. So very exciting. The other 2 epics, you can probably find use for them. All 4 are, there's no bad one in the group, I would say. There's no trash one. Scab's probably the worst. But I think all of them are somewhat usable somewhere, and they've got some good, strong kits. So really excited about that. Rebalance was underwhelming. There's a couple champions that I think are, like Robar, really, I think Robar is not soulless level, but that 10 speed did make him a heck of a lot better than he used to be. Tomb Lord was already good, now he's just better. Pixneal might be good. Basilisk, depending on the multipliers, might be good. Crypt Kringle might be good. So a lot of might be's, a lot of better, but nothing overwhelming. No meta shifts, and the several cool quality of life improvements is 2. I would call them cool though. I think the boss guide's pretty cool with the team of the week. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think adding more accessories and artifacts is cool. It's nice. Thank you. But not cool. So yeah, well, I'm very lukewarm on that. And then of course I'm pissed off at Eurogrim. But we'll see if he's at least usable. For those of you who have him after the patch, you gotta do some testing. If one of you out there will give me your account. Actually, no, I've got mine at 55. I'll be able to get him up and do some tests. But I never did it before and after, so it's hard for me to compare. So really curious about his usability. But that's all I have for you. 29 minutes. I'm sorry I can't get it under 30 minutes. It's just I talk too much. It's my fault. Thank you for making it through this video all the way. I appreciate you guys. Please be kind, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.